Hey, this time of year can be quite crazy, but we can calm the crazy. Did you know that there is an act that can stimulate feel-good feelings and create a positive ripple effect? On the show, we talk about ways to elevate vitality, visibility, and vibration. Today, we're going to talk about how kindness has the power to tick each of those three boxes and put a smile on your face a little more often. Sound good? Let's go. Are you ready to scale your business in a way that's aligned with your soul and profitable? I'm Rossi, a business and leadership coach. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for 30 years and love business. I help conscious leaders increase their impact and optimize their lives. Join me each week for tips and deep conversations on cultivating confidence, increasing your visibility, elevating your vibration, and leading with purpose without burning out. Let's go. I recently finished recording my second appearance on my friend Bruce McCullen's show. Bruce is a fellow leadership coach, and his podcast is called One Kind Word. It aims on cultivating kindness. I'll link the first interview in the show notes, and when the second convo drops, I will add it. That opportunity got me thinking deeper about kindness, especially during the holidays when gift giving can slide into obligation and madness versus connection and thoughtfulness. Kindness is defined as the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. To some, that feels like a natural way of being, and for others, it's a distant dream or one that is rarely experienced. Kindness is often so simple that it can get overlooked or undervalued, as many non-glossy things can. It's easy to get caught up in the mind swirls of life, the demands, health concerns, and constant need to perform and earn. Sometimes it may feel like you're getting swallowed up by what appears to be urgent and necessary. But if you peel it all back to the common human experience, connecting in a kind spirit, looking after people as souls outside of ourselves, and committing to embracing love, aren't they more worthy and fulfilling? I think they are. I believe kindness is essential because we are all interconnected. I believe that we are all emanations of our Creator. I am you, and you are me. And kindness to me is an act of respecting all creation and our Creator. Friendly, generous, considerate, helpful, compassionate, aware, emotionally intelligent, and non-judgmental. These are all qualities that improve your life and the life of others, and are all examples of kindness. As the Dalai Lama said, be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. Great quote. Plus, research has shown that doing a kind act has widespread effects. The giver feels good, the receiver feels good, and one of the coolest things, the onlooker of the exchange feels good, which promotes a pay-it-forward tendency. So it's really this trifecta of widespread effects. Let's go deeper into the feeling good part. Witnessing acts of kindness produces oxytocin, occasionally referred to as the love hormone, and I just recently heard it referred to as the bonding hormone. And just a side note, P.S., I was literally just watching something yesterday that was talking about how oxytocin even has the power to induce labor. Pretty amazing. It gets better. Oxytocin has been shown to lower blood pressure and improve our overall heart health. Not surprising, really, because love is associated with our hearts. So it doesn't feel like a stretch to believe that positive acts of the heart heal the heart. I'm going to repeat that. Positive acts of the heart heal the heart. Amazing. Oxytocin also increases our self-esteem and optimism. And how is that for elevating your vitality, your visibility, and vibration? When we are confident, we take courageous action, which increases our visibility. Then momentum is created, which in turn ups our vibration and sparks others to bring their best selves to the table. It's a great wave to be a part of, whether we initiate it or ride it in motion from someone else's jumpstart. Now, oxytocin isn't the only hormone that gets stimulated through kindness. Serotonin, known as the feel-good hormone, also comes knocking at the door. This feel-good chemical heals your wounds, calms you down, and makes you happy, according to the doctor of psychology, Talia Steinberg. Having a hard time getting in the mood? I get it. Learn about an organization. This is what really has helped me. I kind of tap in and I look for organizations doing kind things so I can catch a spark by their mission. For me, an organization that really comes to mind so easily is Charity Water. And their mission is to help bring clean and safe water to every person on the planet. In fact, and I'm quoting, they say 771 million people lack basic access to clean and safe drinking water. And in their words, they say that we're on a mission to change that. I've been a supporter for years, and anytime I'm reminded of the work they're doing, I literally get the chills. Water is essential for life, and we often take it for granted as it's readily available for most of us. But when we take the time to tune in to the struggles of others, it opens our hearts. People are fundamentally good, trying to do good and be good. And I know that sometimes that statement can just sound airy-fairy because when we plug into the news and we're bombarded with all of the crime and politics and even incessant commerce marketing, it can feel out of touch. But I think in the big picture that people are fundamentally good, trying to do good and be good. It takes discipline to bust out of the daze and turn inward and reach outward. Acts of kindness don't have to be monumental to have an impact. They can be simple. It can be a smile, holding the door open for someone else, looking in the eyes of your checkout attendant and sincerely asking how their day is going, or even giving someone your cart at Aldi's, right? All these little things. I'd love it if you pause for a moment and think of a recent time when someone showed you kindness. How did it make you feel? For me, I have a recent instant that pops into mind. I'm an Airbnb host, and a couple of weekends ago, I had 5 cord of firewood delivered during one of my guest stays. It was the only time I could get the delivery. And so I was concerned that it was going to interrupt their private Saturday morning. So I was a little trepidatious, but I was also like, I need this firewood, so I hope the delivery person is just going to be in and out. And the delivery went smooth, which was awesome, and of course. And I received a text from my guest, and I was like, oh geez, when I heard the ding. And instead, it was my guest asking if he could stack some of the wood. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, here's this person on vacation, and he said it would be amazing for him to have his young son come out and be in nature and get some physical exercise with him. I was immediately touched by this act of kindness. Change is an internal job and a daily practice. When we are grounded and centered and fulfilled, we naturally have a friendly and helpful disposition. We are kind. If you're not feeling it, you're not alone. And it's really an opportunity to slow down and take a moment to connect with yourself. We know we can't give from an empty cup, so start with being kind to yourself. Kristen Neff, PhD and pioneer in the study of self-compassion, says, to give ourselves compassion, we first have to recognize that we are suffering. We can't heal what we can't feel. It's really powerful. So how can you take these words and your amazing knowledge and embody them? What's one thing that you can do today to get connected with your heart? And once you have that dialed in, how can you continue to spread kindness in the world starting today? So this is really what I wanted to talk about. I feel like, especially during fourth quarter, we can get caught up in so many things, so many distractions, so many non-essentials, and it can be overwhelming. And it's interesting because the people that I've been connecting with and the clients that I've been coaching in this fourth quarter, there is this universal energy feeling of exhaustion, burnout, overwhelm, lack of sleep. And that's going to result in feeling tired and stuck or not really motivated, or also just feeling like you're running through the motions, but you're really not in it. And I can see why all of this is happening, and it's also sad. So the interesting thing is, especially because you're listening to this podcast, I know that you have a deep desire to be your best self and to optimize who you are and how you experience life in business. So that's amazing. And the other cool thing is, at any time, we have the power to shift our perspective. We have the power to say no, and we have the power to really turn things around, even if we've done the same thing over and over and over again. Even if we've shown up, for example, during the holidays in a very consistent way, but this year, maybe you're just not feeling it, and that's okay. It's really okay to change it up, to drop the rules and the shoulds, and to go deep within your heart and first ask yourself, how can you be kind to yourself? And then how can you be kind to others? And you get to architect a new reality for yourself. This does not have to sound like, well, that's great for you, but you don't understand the dynamics of X, Y, and Z. But this is really a universal message that once you are courageous and take that first brave step to say, you know what, this doesn't work for me. Actually, that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me either. Like, you get to do an audit. Isn't that amazing? Every single day, you have a fresh opportunity to look within and audit your life and change whatever's not working for you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, collective, right? Or connective. Those are your relationships. You get to shift. It could be a micro tweak, right? Where it's just easier for the mind to not buck, because the mind loves the comfort zone. So it could be a teeny micro shift, and maybe that's the best way. Little teeny 1% changes that compile over time. Or, and this is totally up to you, it could be macro. I mean, it could be like, you know what? This really doesn't work for me, so I've got to cut it out. I have got to exercise my willpower once, make the decision, and set a boundary. Either way has tremendous results. It has to be what fits into your personality and what you know is going to have sticking power, not because somebody else said to do it, but because you are being intentional with how you want to feel life. And that has to work for you. And you can test it out and try it out, but definitely commit to it because you are worth it. And kindness is worth it. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. As always, I always love to hear from you. You can DM me, you can drop me an email, you can head on over to lovethepodcast.com/brilliance and rate and review the show. And to spread that positive ripple effect, because we know when we do a kind act, when we receive a kind act, and when we witness a kind act, it has that trifecta to boost those feel-good hormones for everyone involved, even the onlooker. So go ahead and share this podcast with those that you feel would benefit from getting a shot in the arm of kindness and motivation. Until next week, my friend, breathe joy.